Alright, here it is with the tracks on. I'm not going to go through installation step by step. Last night it took me about 6 hours just to do the rears, and I'll show you why. This morning I did the front, and it took me about 2.5 hours. But yeah, I lifted this whole thing up about 4 or 5 inches or so. But I can show you what I did with the backs first. So underneath there's this mounting plate that needs to go on first. There's 2 little flanges that go inside the A-arm that these bolts go to. And then there's actually one down inside there, I think. Yep. That took a little bit of maneuvering with cold hands and cold steel to get those lined up inside here. The big mistake that Can-Am made on their installation diagram is they wanted you to pull off this plate that's on the front side of the track, and that's totally wrong. So I took that off and put this mounting bracket here on the front there, and there's no way that this anti-rotation bar is going to fit inside here with anti-rotation up front. Plus, when you put the entire bar in there, it hits that front bogie. So I'll show you that's totally wrong on the installation manual. And I made that mistake on both sides of the side by side, and that's what took me so friggin' long last night, and I was pretty frustrated. And then this was pretty easy to do. I have to adjust this distance here, tighten these bolts yet. I have a crescent wrench, but it requires that's a 24 millimeter bolt there. So that's for both sides. And another tip too is to have, I had to use 2 jacks. One to jack up the vehicle, and then one to jack up and compress the suspension so I could get the tracks on, because it's so high. I don't have a jack that goes 2.5 feet in the air. Another tip too, when you're putting these on, make sure that this lug nut is straight up top so that you can get the lug nut installed through here. I had to back the vehicle up or go forward a couple times just to line things up. And the fronts were pretty easy, it's not too bad. I found another mistake in the installation manual. You actually have to drill out the original A-arm protectors, the CV boot protectors, and take them off. They said save them, use them for later. And then on the installation manual, it's got them going over this plate. Well, there's no way that that original plate's going to go over this one because of this plate that went on. But the suspension needs to be compressed to get this bolt inside here down and to be tightened. And I have to tighten this down, adjust this too, so I find some level ground. There's a whole different instruction manual on how to adjust the tracks. This is a limiter cable. Yeah, so not too bad of an install, but a little frustrating that the instructions were wrong. I still have to do the DPS module that goes underneath the hood up front, and the DPS module modifies the dynamic power steering. Gives you more power steering or less power steering depending on your preference. I also have to put in, flip this up here. I also have to put in a pre-air filter, little doohickey here to prevent mud and grime from getting in there. And then on the other side, I have to cut a hole in the cab somewhere around here, back here, and remount this CVT intake. Oh, they even have it marked for you there where you cut it, for the transmission, because snow and stuff gets up in here and might damage your transmission. So that gets remounted to the inside of the cab, behind the driver's seat. You gotta take the seat out. And yeah, really looking forward to that too. Wonderful. Well, yeah, I hope it was worth putting these things on. See you in the next video.